spooky month. Spooktober. You know what it is. It's that time of the year. And how we're gonna start this month off? I was thinking about playing a game, but then I decided not to. So what we're gonna do today is we're actually gonna do a spooky, scary reaction video. Now my reactions are very limited on this channel, but since it's spooky month, I kinda have to. It's Spooktober, so we gotta do some spooky compilations or spooky ghost videos, short horror film reactions. And today, I figured we'd do scary TikToks that keep me up at night. Number 62. This channel is Little Dry, Little Dry. Shout out to them. Go show them some love if you're seeing this video. Go show them some love because this is their video. But also, since it is spooky month, hold on. Oh boy. Alright, I think the vibe has been set. Ooh, also, I got a light. Huh? Hey, there we go. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Now it's spooky time. So without further ado, let's hop into it.
These are some extremely unsettling facts, and I found all of these on Reddit.
Hit
Now, it's
him.
fairly common
Hit me.
knowledge to most people that the most painful way that a human could possibly die is from being burned alive. But having your body be burned to a crisp isn't even the most terrifying part about this. If you manage to keep consciousness while this whole thing is going on, you will realize that your eyes will actually start to melt while you are still awake. Which means not only will you have to deal with the pain of your entire body being scorched, you'll have to deal with the pain of your eyes melting out of your skull. Now, 9/11 is hands down one of the most terrifying, horrible days in American history. And this is just one of the terrifying stories that comes along with that day. There was a man who worked in the second tower that got hit and realized something was horribly wrong when the first tower was struck by the plane. So he took the elevator and made it all the way down to the lobby where he was stopped by a security guard. The security guard told him to just go back upstairs and wait in his office where he will be much safer. Moments after he made it back to his office, the second plane hit his building and he became trapped in his office. And if you look hard enough online, you can find this man's last phone call that he made to his father where he kept telling him that he just wishes that he left the building when he had the chance. I know I talk about a lot of dark stuff on here, so make sure to go check out my bio for something a lot more positive that could change your life. Jack Haley was the man who portrayed the Tin Man on The Wizard of Oz. His entire costume consisted of him wearing a metal suit with paint on his face. But this paint on his face was actually an aluminum paste that was put onto him to give him the appearance that his entire body was made of tin. Temperatures on set got to be very hot at many different points of filming, and this caused the aluminum paste on his face to melt into his eyes, which caused him to get a severe infection in both of his eyes. Due to this infection, he had to have several procedures done on his eyes, and this is just one more horror story from The Wizard of Oz. And look, I know hearing all these is very hard, and I just keep coming back with
Obviously the most famous story from the original Wizard of Oz, you know, the most infamous, famous picture of what happened on set. I'm not saying look it up, but I'm not getting into that.
darker and darker facts, but that's why.
Some automakers believe less.
Alright, up to a good start. Not really scary, but insightful facts. We love our facts. We love them around here.
Unintentionally disturbing characters from
Hold on a
children's shows,
second.
Part 1. Nosy Bunk, from Jigsaw, was a mute character who tried to solve a multitude of puzzles during the show.
Yeah, no.
Limbo, from Sesame Street, was a Muppet made up of two floating eyes and a mouth over a black background speaking with a deep and calm voice.
I don't remember seeing that guy.
Him, from the Powerpuff Girls, was the secondary antagonist of the show.
Alright, come on, he's not even scary though. He's not even scary. The first two. Yeah, you can miss me with that. Come on.
This hotel is so haunted, it had actor Jim Carrey
The Cecil?
fleeing in the middle of the night. This is the infamous Stanley Hotel.
Oh,
The
that makes
Stanley
sense.
Hotel is most commonly known as the hotel that inspired Stephen King's The Shining.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, this one. The Stanley
Yes.
Hotel sits in hauntingly beautiful Estes Park, Colorado. It was opened in 1909 by Freeland Oscar
We'll
Stanley.
go there one day.
It's called the Disneyland for ghosts. Recently, a guest caught this ghostly woman in the window while taking a photo of the hotel's entrance. Here's a closer look. If you've seen The Shining, you know photo of the hotel's entrance. Here's
Okay, now listen, I'm a believer of the paranormal and ghosts and all that. But that is too obvious of a person. Like, that's too obvious of someone actually just standing there in a white dress. There's, like, that's too obvious.
a closer look. If you've seen The Shining, you know the infamous room that Danny is told to avoid. Well, that room is based on room 217 at the Stanley. Stephen King stayed there himself, and it's reportedly haunted by Miss Wilson, one of the Stanley's original housekeepers in the 1910s. She's an old-fashioned type of woman and doesn't approve of unwed couples sharing the room or bed. Couples have said they felt a cold force in between them at night. And even reports of waking up to the male's belongings and suitcase packed up at the door. She's like, get out.
Hold on, that's convenient though. Like, you know, when you go on vacation, you unpack your suitcase, throw everything all over the place, and you gotta quickly gather it all. That'd be so convenient. If the ghost is just like, I packed all your stuff. Get on out of here. Like, thanks. You know?
Notable guest of room 217 is actor Jim Carrey. The hotel was a location for Dumb and Dumber, and during filming, Jim checked into room 217 for a stay. And only stayed for a few hours. In the middle of the first night, he ran down to the front desk and demanded to be moved into another room, saying that something had happened and he did not feel safe in that room. When the front desk told him that the hotel was fully booked, he left. To this day, no one knows who or what Jim Carrey saw in that room that night. Jim, we really want to know. Please? The hotel's staircase is considered a spiritual vortex, and another spirit was caught on camera pictured here. And the haunting twins from the Shining film, that ties into the Stanley as well. Guests staying on the 4th floor frequently report hearing children running, laughing, giggling, and playing.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, this one's one of those this is one of those trippy ones. Because you can't be too sure with the lens flare and people moving on a very not that great of a camera. People moving when you take the picture with a lens flare. It could end up making them look like this. Looking like a ghost. Like, I'm a believer, but you know, we gotta debunk some stuff.
And who was that? Is that a person?
Let's just be real.
What's going on here? And lastly, a ghost of a cowboy haunts room 428 and has a flirty presence. He's been seen standing at the corner of the bed and appears mostly to women. Some guests have even reported feeling the sensation of a kiss on their cheek. I had no idea that ghosts could kiss. If a good-looking ghost kissed me, would I immediately pull away? I might linger. A lot of you requested the Stanley, so I want to know, do you all have any spooky stories there, or would you be down for a stay?
Oh, of course. 100%. I want to.
So we all know about Smile Dog, but have you guys heard of Smile Owl? Disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Creepypastas are not real. Or are they? A young man wakes up in the middle of the night with a really bad taste in his mouth. But it wasn't like a bad breath taste. It was more like a very, very sweet taste. He went to the bathroom and brushed his teeth, but it didn't take away the taste. Then he noticed that there was a white substance on his tongue that wouldn't come off. No matter how much he brushed his tongue, the white substance just would not come off.
Pause.
He walked back into his bedroom, and when he looked out the window, he saw this. An all-white owl staring at him. The young man and the owl locked gazes, and then the owl did something very strange. The owl smiled, and in its mouth were human teeth. After the man realized that the owl had human teeth, he started feeling a very strange sensation in his tongue. What happens next would change his life forever. Part 2 is on my page now. Before you get mad at me for doing a part 2, it's the only way my videos will make it on the For You page.
You better show me the part 2.
Part 2 of Smile Owl. Thank you. After the man and the owl lock eyes, he realizes that the owl has human teeth in its mouth, and it's smiling at him. His tongue begins to hurt really bad. This wasn't like any normal hurt. This was an excruciating, otherworldly hurt. His tongue started throbbing and pulsating, and it began to swell up like a balloon. Meanwhile, the owl is just staring at him with a huge human smile on its face, just never looking away. The man's tongue is swelling up so bad that he's starting to have difficulty breathing. He does the only thing that he can think to do in that moment, and he goes into the kitchen and grabs a knife. He punctures his tongue, thinking that it will help with the swelling. It just makes everything worse. The pain is unbearable at this point, and the owl is still staring at him smiling. So the man does the only thing that he can think of, and he cuts off his tongue. He tosses the tongue and it lands in his bedroom. He hears a noise that sounds like wings flapping in his bedroom. He goes to look and his tongue is gone. The owl is still outside, only this time he has a tongue in his mouth.
Alright, y'all, if you see a owl outside your window, close the blinds. And don't pay no mind. So if you wake up in the middle of the night with white substance on your tongue and a bad taste, two things. There's an owl outside your window. Don't look at it. Okay? That's the first one. Second thing, you had a great Saturday night.
These are the most disturbing things found in food, part 1.
Oh no.
Okay, so everybody watching this video definitely had a Capri Sun. But after watching this video, you would definitely never have another one again. In 2016, a young boy told his dad that the juice wasn't coming out of the Capri Sun packet. So his dad then cut it open, and what they found inside will make you sick to your stomach.
4-year-old was trying to drink it, and this is what it's inside.
What is it?
What is it? It's like...
So next time you go and drink a Capri Sun,
What is that?
you might be drinking fungus instead of Capri Sun.
Yummy. There's nothing wrong with that.
Hey, look, a pizza. You gotta let him into your house now.
Disturbing facts that will ruin your day, part 16. If you have died around your cat, it is likely to start eating you in less than 24 hours, starting from cheeks and eyes.
Where are my cats? They're not in my room right now, but I'm gonna have a very serious talk with them later.
The green falling code in the Matrix is just lots of sushi recipes. A
Really?
woman being arrested for wearing one-piece bathing suits in the 1920s. By the time you reach the age of 18, on average, you have 3,300 weekends left in your life.
Okay. And there's 52 weekends in a year. So what's that? What's 3,000? What's 3,300 divided by 52?
The answer is approximately 63.4.
Yeah, so 63 years. So I have 60 years left. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm 21. That'll be 22. So technically I have 59 years. I'm okay with that. They make that sound like a bad thing, but like 3,300 weekends. There's 52 weeks in a year. Technically like 52.3 or something. That's a lot. There's a lot still.
These are some extremely
Don't freak out
unsettling
about that stuff.
facts. And I found all of these on Reddit. In the 1982 film Poltergeist, there's a scene where actress Jo Beth Williams is in a pool. And when she's in this pool, she starts to realize that corpses are all in the water, and they start to come up and attack her. Now to us, it just
Classic.
seemed like another amazing scene to add to one of the best horror movies ever. But this scene has a dark twist to it.
Hold on, I heard about this story.
You see, in the filming of this scene, they used real corpses. And actress Jo Beth Williams had no idea about this. And it genuinely adds another level of terror to this movie. The Wizard of...
That's why that's one of those movies where you hear all the stories about the people that mysteriously pass away after recording the movies or filming the movies. That's one of the ones on the list because of that reason. Well, not just because of that reason, other stuff too. But that's one of the reasons as to why. Just like the Exorcist. That's another movie. There's a bunch of movies like that.
of Oz is one of the best known movies of all time. It follows Dorothy and her dog Toto as a tornado comes and takes them away.
Is this going to be the one that I was talking about?
But this movie has a very creepy urban legend behind it. In this specific scene of the movie, you can see Dorothy and all of her friends going down the road. But if you look deep in the background, you'll see what seems to be a human hanging from a tree. And finally, scientists have made a disturbing discovery. But before I get into that, if you guys want a really sweet surprise, go ahead and peep my bio. But anyway, scientists have made a very scary discovery in the glaciers of the world. Scientists have discovered that there are several diseases that are frozen within the ice of glaciers. I know what you're thinking. I mean, it's frozen, like we don't have to worry about that. But this is a problem because the Earth had started to warm up at a very steady rate since 2015 especially. And thus, if these glaciers melt enough, it will release these viruses and diseases into the Earth. But look, that was really negative, and I'm sorry about that. And if you want something more positive, make sure to go peep my bio. But I guess that's really it. Oh, I forgot.
Derek, why'd you take your pants off?
I love this.
My balls was hot.
I love that commercial.
Hi, my name is Derek Lewis.
Why take your pants off? My balls was hot. Great ad.
If you're thinking about ignoring your gut instinct, don't. Here are 3 reasons.
Oh, you always gotta go with your gut.
Reddit user Kylan13 said that he went out on a couple of dates with the girl, but he got a weird vibe from her, so he didn't stay in touch. She stabbed her next boyfriend 2 months later. Megan said that she was being pursued by a man. He kept coming into the bar that she worked at and was constantly asking her out. Directly, there was nothing wrong or troubling about him. She just got a terrible feeling whenever he was talking to her. She would feel terribly sick. All of her female coworkers kept egging her on to go on a date with this man, though. She kept saying, no, something about him makes me sick. Eventually, one of her friends convinced her to go on a double date with her and her boyfriend and this man. It only lasted about 2 hours before Megan said she wasn't feeling well and got a cab home. She didn't see the man for a couple of weeks, so she thought that maybe he had gotten the hint. But no. The same friend who pressured her into going on a double date called Megan, yelling hysterically. She said that she would never doubt Megan's judgment again and forwarded her a news story about how the same man was just arrested a couple of days before for the murder of a woman he was dating. So the entire time that he was trying to convince Megan to go on a date, he had already strangled and killed another woman and set her house on fire to try and cover it up. A former Reddit user said that she was sitting in her bedroom one day when she got this intense feeling in her gut, which was sort of saying, you need to get out of here right now. Then she started to get this immense feeling of terror, like she was being watched. She immediately got out of there and went to a friend's house. When she finally got back home, her house had been ransacked. Things had been knocked over, lots of glass had been broken everywhere, and a window was left wide open. She says that now she always takes that gut feeling more seriously.
Yeah, there's a reason it's a gut feeling. Trust your instincts. That's what the body does. It's the reason it gives you that feeling in your tom-tom. It's telling you, yo, hey, it's about to go down. Move.
Could you die if you don't stretch or drink enough water? Without stretching, the muscles become shortened and tight, which restricts movements and makes everyday activities harder.
Right.
And hydrated muscles mean more flexible muscles, since your muscles are 70% water. So if you want something where you don't have to worry about any of this, then let me introduce you to Mobot. Mobot is a water bottle and a roller, which means you can stay hydrated and keep your muscles flexible. Not only that, Mobot is great for travel and is actually the best foam roller on the market. And it's great for the planet and your own hydration. So what are you waiting for? Hit the link in my profile and get a Mobot for yourself.
Or just buy a water bottle and get a roller separate. That's actually a big one. And rather than rolling yourself out with your water bottle, that's a, baby. If you go to that party, we are done reading the text messages at the party. Oh, all right, well, that wasn't too bad. Not really that scary, but we'll get these reaction videos will get more and more scary and intense. That's the plan. But not bad. It was more like a fact-filled, story-filled video of like creepy things. But it wasn't this, but it's also TikToks. So, you know, TikToks can only be that scary. I mean, I've seen a lot of them that kind of make me like, and like get off the app, because there's some of them on there that are actually really freaking good. But this wasn't the case. This wasn't like scary. This is more informative and just storytelling. But it wasn't bad. That is creepy looking. Like back here. Yeah, I'm gonna get this video. I'm gonna end this video now. So I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction video. If you did, let me know if you want to see more down in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about what we just watched down below. And if you want to leave a like, go for it. You don't have to. And if you're not subscribed already or haven't considered it, maybe consider subscribing to the channel, as we are trying to see how much we can get by the end of the year. No number. Well, I don't like to follow the numbers because, I don't know, we've done a bunch of those, but it doesn't really work out. So you don't have to, but if you do, I'd very much appreciate it, and it'd help out a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Hope you guys have a great day, night, evening, wherever it is, wherever you are. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. I'm not playing these games. The month has just started. Better watch yourself.